Hello and welcome to this next video by Power to the Plurals. We are the Stronghold System and we are the founders of the Plural Association, a registered nonprofit for people living with dissociative identity disorder like ourselves and all other forms of plurality. This is a short introduction to an audio recording that was recorded as part of our Plural Activist and Advocate call. This call took place with various community leaders on Thursday, June 4th, 2020, during the Black Lives Matter uprising. The BlackKey System, a Black trans person using they/them pronouns, living with dissociative identity disorder, explains racism from their personal lived experience background. We are so very grateful to them for the emotional labor and service they put in to present this to us and for letting us share it with the plural community. We hope this video educates white people and gives them ideas and resources on how they can help to uplift our Black community members and all other Black people and people of color. Please see the attached links in the video description. The Plural Association already set up a diversity, inclusion, and equity team for our nonprofit, and now has pledged to ensure Black people and people of color will be part of all our different teams. Although we currently do not have paid positions yet, we ensure to reserve paid positions for Black people and people of color when they become available. We also pledge to remind people in our various works that Black people and people of color have less access to good health care and that it is harder for them to get a correct diagnosis, that they are often disbelieved or dismissed, that we need to support the Black Lives Movement, that we have to believe Black people, that it is not enough to not be racist, but that we have to be anti-racist. That privilege does not mean our life as plurals was or is not hard, but that it means that the color of our skin didn't make it harder. Please thank the BlackKey System in the comment section for their work and donate to them if you can. You can follow them on Twitter and YouTube, and you can find those links down below in the video description. Please sign the various petitions, donate if you can, shop in Black-owned shops, and keep sharing on social media with the hashtag Black Lives Matter. This is a marathon, not a sprint, and we're in it together. It's all of us against the racists. I now, in gratitude, gladly give the stage to the BlackKey System. Thank you for watching this audio recording. Yeah, it's on. Thank you so much. Go right ahead.
All right, so we're the BlackKey System. My name's Vix, and I'm usually the voice for everything. I've been the biggest advocate since I was young about injustices towards our people. Some things that I want to point out is that being a Black person is already hard enough, but also being a Black person with a mental illness or a Black person that is queer, or even for us all three, it makes things even worse because we're instantly profiled. And for us, we have autism and did obviously, and a whole bunch of other things. And if we don't cooperate the way that they want, they could do anything to us, such as we got into a car crash a few years ago, and we had mentioned that we did to the police officer because they were pulling us out of the car. And when we got into the hospital, we heard the police officer tell the doctors, don't listen to them because they have did. So you can't believe them. So that's already a lot to deal with. On top of that, when we got out of the hospital, we were still dealing with a lot of profiling to the point that eventually we were in a really abusive situation, and police came into the house. We had 2 service dogs, and our dogs were alerting that we were going into a panic attack, a meltdown, which could cause seizures and other things. They threatened to tase us. They threatened to tase our dogs, all because we were Black. The other person that was in the house, they didn't do much to him. He was sitting out on the porch when we walked out. But it's so hard to be us in a community, in a situation where here institutionalized oppression is a thing. Police brutality is looked over continuously. I've had so many times where police have just looked over the fact that we're being hurt by somebody. I recently saw something that really made me sad, which was this woman posted a huge sign outside of her house. Her son is Black. He is autistic. He won't understand and won't know how to comply with them. And it's sad that we have to put that in front of our houses to protect ourselves and our families. Anytime we go into a store, we're instantly racially profiled. There's cops lately in all the grocery stores, whether they be actual cops or just security. But the minute you walk in, especially with us now having to wear masks, they will look at you. They look you up and down. Basically, they're internally profiling you on what you're wearing, what you look like, what you're going to do. They instantly think we're going to take something, instantly think that we're going to cause a problem. Whenever we leave the store, we usually have to make sure we have our stuff in a bag or make sure that they can see our receipt, because sometimes we've gotten stopped because they cannot see our receipt, or we're carrying stuff in our hands and they're not in a bag, which I've watched a lot of other people that are not people of color, people that are not Black, they just walk right out of the store. Right out of the store, police don't stop them, police don't profile them, they don't get questioned of what they're doing or if they're stealing something or if they paid for something. A lot of us, we grew up with this. A lot of us, my system experienced racism at the age, if I want to say we were either 4 or 5. We had a little boy that we liked, and for a while he liked us back, but he turned around during one of the swimming pool parties the school threw for us and told us that he didn't like us anymore because the other girl was lighter than us. That's what he told us. She was mixed, her skin was lighter. He told us we were too dark, which really, really took a hit to us. We didn't know what racism was until that moment. Like, of course, we were told when we were kids to always keep our hands to ourselves. Don't touch anything. Don't move anything. Make sure that your hands are seen. All of that. And it's sad that I saw this trending on TikTok where it's like put fingers up for all of these different things. And one thing is, when we go into the store, don't look at anything, don't touch anything, don't ask for anything. That's for our community, that's normal. But for a lot of communities, it's not. They don't experience being told that. A lot of kids that aren't Black or people of color, especially here in the US, grow up learning their parents' racism, learning what to and what not to do, who to and who not to play with. I've constantly had kids tell me, oh, we can't play with each other because you're Black, or oh, we can't hang out because of this or that, or we can't go into their house. They have to come to our house. And even then, they're not allowed to come to our house sometimes, so we have to go to a park where everybody can see us because they don't trust us. We shouldn't have to deal with that at the ages of 10 and 12. What are we going to do at 10 and 12? Nothing. We just want to make friends. But that's not a luxury we get. We moved around a lot, so we've experienced a lot of different school systems and a lot of different dynamics. We went to an all-Black school at one point, and we liked it. Yeah, we were bullied, but we had some really great teachers. But then we ended up going to a school that was majority white, and our system, we were a really smart kid, so we ended up in the AP classes, which are the high classes above. So they're basically college level classes. Our first year, which was our junior year in this school, we ended up with worse depression than we had already had. And it was mainly for the fact that we were in a classroom with nearly all white kids and all of them had laptops, phones, everything you could possibly think of. And nobody wanted to help us. Nobody wanted to talk to us. They had their cliques, they had their groups, and we were pretty much alone. The only place where we felt happy and open was band, because band is a very inclusive thing. Some bands aren't, but a lot of the bands that we've been to are inclusive, and they don't care what you look like as long as you can play your instrument. Um, a lot of the males growing up in our community were always told, don't wear a hat in the store. Make sure you wear your, if you do, wear your hat facing forward. Always have your hands visible, wear bright colors, and make sure obviously your bags and receipt are seen. But even doing all of that doesn't protect us. I've been pulled over multiple times where I'm shaking and I make sure my hands stay on the wheel because I don't know if something's going to happen to me. When we leave the house, we don't know if we're going to come back safely. We don't go on walks. We don't ride our bike at night. We used to, but we don't trust with how everything's going. We don't go on walks. We don't go on jogs. We don't ride our bike. When we go out, if we do go for a drive, we take our partner system. We go for a drive together. Anytime there's a transit cop or a police car, it doesn't matter if they look like a police car, because we even have undercover police cars where they're all black. So no matter the car, if it looks like that, we are going to slow down our speeds. We're going to drive right on the speed limit, if not under it. And you can see all these people zooming past us, but they're right behind us. So we make turns, we move, we're trying to get them from behind us. And if they don't, there was a time where one cop actually trailed us. We got off the highway and he trailed us off the highway. Everywhere we turned, he turned. He stopped us eventually, and it was the one time that we didn't get hurt or get a ticket or anything. All he told us was, your taillight's out. But it's terrible that even that simple thing puts fear in me. I can't do it. I get scared. My grandmother, I grew up learning from our grandmother. You turn as many corners as you can before you make it to the house. You have to have alternate routes to get to the house. Don't let anybody trail you, nothing. Be careful, because sometimes white people will tell you, and you don't want them knowing where you live, because they could do absolutely anything at that point. We lived in a nice house. So my biggest fear was if I got locked out of the house, if I didn't have my key on me trying to get into the house. A cop rolls past, they see me trying to get into the house. What are they going to think? Because my bedroom window, usually I was able to take the screen off to get in the house. But I can't do that without the fear of being shot. We couldn't even have a little girl. We recently had a little girl, like I think a year or two, pass away because she was shot because a police officer thought her toy gun was a real gun and feared for their safety. That shouldn't happen. What are you gonna? Why are you scared of a 10-year-old with a toy gun? How could you fear for your safety with a 10-year-old? When one of the biggest things we'd like to say is call out somebody when you hear them making a passive joke. If they say, I know this is going to sound a little racist, but stop them. Tell them, no, don't. That's not okay. If they're making racial jokes or using slurs out of the sight of people of color or black people, stop them. Don't let them do that. It's heartbreaking, because we've had friends that would tell us, I know this is going to sound a little racist. Is it okay if I make this joke? And because of the oppression that we grew up under, not just for being black, but also being in a female body, we were pushovers. We said, yeah, it's okay, whatever, go ahead. I don't care. I don't mind. When in actuality, we really do mind. Like, if we make jokes towards ourselves, cool. That's us doing that. And we're doing it because we make the joke. But if it's somebody else that isn't a person of color or black making a joke towards at the expense of black people, that's not okay. It's, what's the word? I don't know the word, but it's just not okay. Um, and something else, if you work with kids or you know somebody that's working with kids, and they start and on the racism that their parents have taught them, stop them, teach them something different, and tell them why that isn't okay. Explain to them that we are also people and those things can hurt us. And if you work in a school or anywhere, actually, call out your superiors. If you are in the position where you can, if you fear for your safety, we'd rather you not risk your life because we've already dealt with enough lives being lost. But if you're able to, call them out, be like, hey, that's not okay. Hey, don't do that. Don't say that. What are the kids going to think if they hear you say that? Um, I'm not sure what else. I know that some of the biggest things to make a change with us is you can donate. There are petitions to sign. Educate yourselves. Educate people around you. There's not enough Black history in the schools. We get what, 1 month to celebrate Black history, and still it's written in the winner's favor. It's still written in the winner's favor. The Black history that we learn from our ancestors, from our elders, stories that are passed down. The stuff you learn in school is written by the victor. They get to write the story. They get to tell how it happened. And some of it didn't even happen that way. They just say it to make themselves look better. So if you want to know more, don't just wait for Black History Month where we talk about it. Go through it. Go to a library, look online, find Black owned places and sites where they give you this information, where they're talking about it. Um, I could eventually look up some things, and if you don't know where to go, I could definitely give you areas to look into. Um, I've also got places like links where you can donate, you can sign a petition. And no matter where you are, vote. Your vote counts. It matters because no matter where you are in the world, racism most likely happens to some extent. And if we want to put a stop to it, we all need to work together. Um, for us here, we're voting not just for the president to be out of office, but locally to make sure we get good good mayors, senators, anybody in some form of power. We're talking about having the police force have to go through more training because they go through 6 months of training. I know this because at one point we were looking into it, and I hate that we looked into it. We were looking into it because we were looking for acceptance, wanting them to stop treating us as the dirt on their shoes. They go through training for 6 months. A lawyer has to go through school for 6 years. How are they going to know the law in 6 months when it takes a lawyer 6 years to know the law, to know how to treat people, to prosecute the right people? And because they go through this for 6 months, they're not taught um, how to approach Black people correctly. They're not taught how to approach people with mental disorders. And especially if you're queer, they don't care. They don't care. It makes them not care even more. If we have a Black police officer, yeah, they're likely to shoot you. But if you're queer, they're likely to do it even more. And white people are people that do it more than that. I've seen so many of my people. I've grown up watching my people die, being told, yeah, this person died. Yeah, your grandparent died. Yeah, this friend of ours died. I'm tired of hearing how my people are dying at the hands of the police, the people that are sworn to protect and defend us. They're here to protect and defend themselves, not us. They don't care about us. If you listen, they're always saying, I feared for my safety. Why are you fearing for your safety? You're the one with the gun. I recently read about somebody that was sitting in his car and they shot him. I recently read something where, well, you hear all the stories, Breonna Taylor, George Floyd, all of them. And there's such a huge list, more than those that are spoken. Some that are just, people don't even care to even list it. My grandmother is sitting there, she's telling me, yeah, it's the same thing we went through. It's okay. It's whatever. It's not, my grandmother basically is tired and she says, it's not gonna stop. No matter what you do, it's not gonna stop. We did all of this in my day and it didn't stop anything. And I recently went to a protest where I had a woman. She was, I believe, 68, somewhere in her 60s. And she said, I went through this once. I shouldn't have to sit here and go through it a second time. I shouldn't have to sit here and watch mothers cry because they have a baby boy. Mothers cry when they have a baby boy because they don't know if he's going to survive. We make up 7%. Black people make up 7% here. And we are the highest rate of people killed by police brutality. It is the sixth reason as to why Black people die. And that shouldn't even be a reason. That shouldn't be there. If you do go to a protest, don't speak over them. If you get the space to speak, yeah, do that. But let all of the people of color speak first. Yesterday at the protest, we had a few people that were not people of color that spoke, but they tried to keep it to where the people of color, the Black people, were able to speak more. I actually went up there twice. Don't start the chants, but if a chant gets started, raise your voice with us. Let all of us be heard. If you're told to do something by a Black person while at a rally or a riot or a protest, do it, because they're usually saying it for a good reason. They're usually asking you to do this for a good reason. If you don't want to be on the front lines or anything like that, but you still want to help the protesters, bring things like water, snacks, or even medical supplies as a just in case. Hand them to the protesters before they walk off to do their march. Make signs. And also, if you can't do that, advocate for us online. I know that I'm constantly sharing things on our Facebook to try and bring awareness to people. If you want to even support us more, buy things from Black-owned businesses. We're everywhere. We're on Etsy. We're online. People have actual stores. So look for Black-owned businesses because we could really use the support that way. Giving people close to you a safe space to talk. You don't even have, if you can't do anything online, if you can't do anything outside, give people a place to talk, somewhere to come to you and be like, hey, this is heavy for me. And if you have the spoons or the mental, just let them vent, let them talk to you. If they ask for an opinion, sure, but if they don't give an opinion, because this is what we grew up with and we want to talk about it. We want to get our voice out there. If you're looking for other ways to help, make sure that you're sharing the right information. Take what you see online. At times, take that stuff with a grain of salt. If you see it posted by a person of color or a Black person, go for it. One thing I also say is fact check. Make sure that you're checking your facts and giving the right information. Recently, it was going around that milk was to help with pepper spray or being maced, and that's not true. One of the things is to use water. It's kind of like how they flush your eyes if you're in a chemical lab or something like that. Water, a saline that you use for your contacts, stuff like that. But basically, share your voice, yes, but make sure you are following our lead. Don't lead on your own. Follow our lead, because this is our fight. And if you're going to fight with us, then you're going to need to understand what we need from you. And basically, that's all I have to say. There's not much else. Just make sure that you're giving the right information, you're catching people on their racism and pretty much shutting it down. If you see somebody online say something that's really racist, call them out for it. We called somebody out for it. We got a ban on Facebook, but that's okay. That's okay, because our comment is still there. And we called them out on it. So if you see something, do something. We don't need people to just stand by anymore, because your silence is compliance. Thank you guys for letting me talk. That's pretty much it.